This week on Doctor Who. Things finally take a step back in complications, but never take a break from intriguing you as the Doctor meets his new companion. But he's met her twice already. After losing her twice, once on another planet, another in the Victorian times, he picks her up in the 21st century and goes traveling with her. Who is this impossible girl? What relevance does she have to the Doctor? Will the Doctor open up about his feelings? What the hell is this thing? Find out when you watch it.
Complications. Everything is complicated. Especially with Moffat. Oh, this is gonna be rough. This is, ooh. I just want to scream. Alright, sorry about that. I had to take care of some inconsolable rage. Alright, simple stuff first. This is the second part, or should I say third part, to the entire Series 7 review. This is the conclusion to it, but it is resulting into so much more explanation, so much more going on. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible at first, and then we're going to get a little complicated, so I hope you can forgive me. So we're going to definitely start us off with when Matt Smith picks up the 21st century Clara and starts going traveling with her. He awkwardly makes his way through to gaining her trust, and they start dealing with a situation that's happening right there and then, where there's Wi-Fi picking people up and pretty much making people go missing and you know, implanting them in different people's bodies and weird stuff like that. It's crazy, and it's an interesting story, but it's not one of those stories like Blink or, you know, The Doctor Dances and The Empty Child and all that stuff where it really sticks with you. This was like trying too hard. But you do get the sense of, you know, the relationship between Clara and the Doctor. They're very interesting together, and it's very nice to see him mold well with a new companion, even though he's met her twice already. The Rings of Akatan is almost like a shout-out back to the original series. It has a lot of different elements and aspects of the alien worlds that surround the universe, and the Doctor takes Clara to this place that has these species that actually sings to a god to appease him ever so often. And this is actually one of the more emotionally charged episodes. There is an overall deep message behind Clara's character development and also the Doctor's, and it is a very interesting reveal, and I love this episode a lot. Now we're going to go through some speedy episodes because they're really just individual episodes. Nothing huge happens in them. They are just showing the adventures between Clara and the Doctor, and some shoutouts between the old series to what has been around to now. We have the Cold War, where the Doctor and Clara are on a sub, and they're dealing with one of the Ice Warriors. Pretty interesting stuff. Hyde is actually another favorite episode of mine, where the Doctor and Clara become paranormal investigators with a couple or two people that are investigators themselves, and they're dealing with a ghost in a house. Another good one that I really enjoy. Journey to the Center of the TARDIS isn't my favorite. There's a kind of a hammy reason why they have to go inside the TARDIS, because these three brothers, and they really are just, they scavenge for metal and stuff, and it's okay. It has some reveals, but then there's like a reset button where none was really spoken of. It's weird. The Crimson Horror is a very interesting one, as it delays the Doctor's appearance, but Madame Vastra, Strax, and Jenny are dealing with their investigation, and it just so happens to coincide with the Doctor's. It's actually a very, very cool episode that I really enjoy, and I mean, is it the best? No, not necessarily. The plot is a little weird, and, you know, the villain is a little hammy as well, but overall, not bad. And The Nightmare in Silver is more dialogue-driven and also written by Neil Gaiman, which I am a very big fan of his. He actually is one of my favorite writers of this show so far, especially when he did The Doctor's Wife in the last series. This one actually shows an evil side of the Doctor and the good side of a Doctor, and they just kind of butt heads over a chess game, especially with the Cybermen rising and stuff, Clara coming, call to arms and stuff like that. Do apologize for going through all of that really fast, but I need time to talk to you about the name of the Doctor. This is where it's going to get just a little bit complicated. It was hinted at the end of Season 6 that the Doctor would have to visit a place called Trenzalore, and someone would question his name. Something that is kind of been pondered upon. Is his name really the Doctor, or is it something different? Is he named Bob, or something like that? This episode starts to address that in various different unique ways that results everyone coming together. Madame Vastra, Strax, Jenny, River Song all come together to talk about what is arising. Something is coming about that is going to threaten the Doctor. Trenzalore is not a place you want to go to. It is actually a place that the people go to die. If you're a time traveler, it's not a good idea to go there. You should never find yourself there. And unfortunately, the Doctor has to go. And he has to take Clara along with his journey, and even River Song, who kind of comes along with the ride, but there's a little unique twist into that, which I won't spoil. Now, if you guys remember my flip out earlier, yeah, that one, I would have to say this is where things get a little confusing. The problem is that the mythology of the Doctor has been pretty basic. I know I didn't go through it heavily throughout this entire review, but it's pretty simple. When the Doctor dies, he regenerates. You know this. So far, with Matt Smith, it's been 11 incarnations have been portrayed as the Doctor. 11 people, 11 different versions of him running around the entire universe doing various different things, and that's what we know. Dr. Simeon, who comes back into the mix with his trusted sidekicks, the Whisper Men, he seeks him out to try and stop him at every turn by going into his timeline and destroying every single incarnation of him. And in steps Clara to help the Doctor out, save him in every twist and turn, and there she finds the impossible truth. The Doctor has the biggest secret of all, and that is that he has an incarnation he does not consider as the Doctor. Played by none other than John Hurt himself. And this is where I'm going to end my review. Next episode is going to be talking about Day of the Doctor, where I'll go more depth with this, but I'm going to leave you on this little cliffhanger. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.